Nevada desert is not empty. It only looks that way to people passing through it too quickly. To hikers, prospectors, soldiers, and people who spend too much time studying satellite maps, the desert is full of scars. Old roads, abandoned mines, dry washes, military boundaries, caves, and stories that grow stranger with every retelling. Kenny Veach belonged to the landscape more than most. He was an outdoorsman, a solo hiker, and a YouTuber who posted under a pretense name. He liked the lonely edges of Nevada, the places where the city lights disappeared and the ground opened into forgotten shafts. He was not a tourist wandering into a desert without understanding the heat and distance. By reputation, he knew how to hike remote terrain. That is the part of what makes his disappearance so enduring. The story begins online, where many modern legends begin. Kenny reportedly left comments describing a strange cave he had found in the sheep range north of Las Vegas, not far from the mythology of Area 51 and the military desert. He said the cave opening was shaped like a capital M. More strangely, he claimed that when he approached it, his body began to vibrate and a powerful sense of fear came over him. He did not enter, he turned back. The internet did what the internet does. Some people mocked him. Some dared him to return. Some wanted proof. Some treated the cave like a paranormal doorway before anyone had even confirmed it existed. Kenny, whether because of curiosity, pride, or the simple pull of an unfinished thing, went looking for it again. In October 2014, he uploaded a video called The M Cave Hike. In it, he searched the landscape but did not find the cave. The video showed the dry patience of desert exploration between the rock, the sun, the brush, and the ridges that look close until a person tries to cross them. At one point, he spoke about a black ram watching him from above, a detail that later became part of the mythology surrounding the case. In a normal hiking video, it might have been nothing more than wildlife. After he vanished, everything in that video seemed to glow with meaning. Then came the final trip. On or around November 10th, 2014, Kenny set out again. He reportedly told his family he was going on a short overnight trip. He planned to return. He did not leave behind a clean map of exactly where he intended to search. That alone created a major problem. The desert around the sheep range is vast enough, but when the missing person is searching for a place that may not even be mapped, it may not even exist as described, searchers are forced to chase a rumor across real terrain. When Kenny failed to come home, concern grew into search. His vehicle, a white Honda CR-V, was found near the area. Later, his cell phone was discovered near a very vertical old mine shaft. That discovery remains one of the most unsettling physical clues in this entire case. A phone near a mine shaft does not prove someone went down. It does not prove an accident. It does not prove intention, but it gives the imagination a dark opening and asks it to look deep inside. Search teams worked the area. Volunteers and officials looked across ground where small errors can become fatal. Old mine shafts are especially dangerous. They can be hidden by brush, unstable at the rim, and deep enough to make recovery difficult or near impossible. In that environment, even an experienced hiker can disappear if he falls, becomes injured, or enters a place where no one knows to look. There are several theories about Kenny Veach. The most grounded is accidental death, a fall, a mine shaft, exposure, dehydration, injury, or a wrong turn in unforgiving country. The desert is fully capable of killing without mystery. Another theory is suicide. People close to Kenny reportedly believed he had been struggling emotionally, and that possibility is often discussed in connection with this case. It must be handled carefully. It is not a twist ending for entertainment. It is a reminder that missing person stories can include private pain no audience is entitled to sensationalize. If Kenny chose not to be found, that would be a tragedy of a different kind, but still a tragedy nonetheless. Then, there are the stories that orbit the M cave itself. Secret military activity, underground installations, something unnatural in the rock, a place that made a man's body vibrate and then swallowed him whole when he returned. Those theories fuel the case's popularity online, but they have no solid public evidence behind them. Their power comes from setting, a strange claim, a remote desert, a missing man, a found phone, and the long shadow of Area 51's mythology. Still, a good storyteller does not have to prove the paranormal to create dread. The dread is already there. Think of Kenny's final hike as a series of narrowing choices. He parked his vehicle. He entered a landscape he knows but cannot control. He carries whatever gear he has chosen to bring with. He follows memory, instinct, and maybe old landmarks. But the sun moves. Shadows shorten, and then lengthen. Each ridge may reveal another ridge. Each wash may look familiar until it does not. If he found the cave, no one knows. If he stood at its mouth again, no one knows. If he approached an abandoned shaft thinking it was something else, we would not know. That absence is why this case lives. There is no final frame, no recovered body, no confirmed cave, and no answer that forces the story to end. The M cave itself became almost secondary. Whether it was real, misremembered, exaggerated, or nothing more than a shape in a desert stone, it gave Kenny a destination. It gave the internet a symbol. It gave researchers a problem. And it gave listeners an image. A lone man walking in a desert to find the entrance to a place that frightened him once before. In many wilderness disappearances, the terrain is green and wet. Here it is dry, open, and exposed. That difference can feel even more unsettling. In a forest, people can imagine how someone disappears behind trees. In a desert, the question becomes sharper. How can a person vanish where the world seems so open? The answer is that openness is deceptive. The desert hides vertically. It hides in holes, ravines, shafts, and distance. It hides by exhausting people until they make the one mistake they cannot correct. Years later, people still search for the M cave. Videos appear, theories change. Viewers study rocks and ridgelines as if the landscape is a puzzle that can be solved from a screen. But the desert remains indifferent to being watched. Kenny Veach walked into the indifference and he did not come back. The internet gave Kenny Veach's disappearance a strange second life. Before he vanished, he had described a cave that did not behave like normal landmarks in a hiking story. He said it had an opening shaped like the letter M, and that when he approached it, his body reacted with a vibration or unease strong enough that he left. To many listeners, that detail is the hook. It sounds like folklore written in real time. A man finds a strange cave, tells the world, goes back, and disappears. But the real landscape around the story is harsher and less theoretical. The Nevada desert is not empty. In the simple way people imagine it from a highway, it is full of abandoned mines, hidden shafts, cliffs, heat, and distance that tricks the eye. A person can see miles ahead and still misjudge what the distance will cost. The ground can look solid until it opens. A mine can appear as a shadow until someone is too close. In that kind of country, curiosity can become exposure, injury, or a fatal fall very quickly. Kenny was not a beginner wanderer into a theme park version of the desert. He liked the area. He was drawn to solo hiking and the freedom of places where a person can move without crowds. That experience makes the case more compelling, not less. Experienced people sometimes take greater risks because the land has not been beaten by them yet. They trust their instincts because their instincts have brought them home before and have brought them this far. But the wilderness is not a morale system. It does not reward confidence forever. The discovery of his phone near an old mine shaft gave the case a practical center, but did not complete the ending. Was the phone dropped accidentally? Perhaps placed there? Lost during a climb? Did it mark the route he took, or only a place he passed? Searches did not produce the simple answer people wanted, and because there was no body, the M cave grew larger in public imagination than any confirmed fact. That is where responsible narration has to keep two truths in frame. First, the M cave legend is part of why people care about the case. It is eerie, memorable, and perfectly shaped for late night storytelling. Second, there is no need to claim supernatural forces when the desert already contains enough danger. Mines kill people, heat kills people, falls kill people, dehydration, disorientation, and injury can erase a person far more efficiently than fiction. That being said, the mind returns to Kenny's last decision. He had said he would go back. Whether he found the cave again or not, he walked into a place where signals faded, landmarks repeated, and old holes in the earth wait without warning signs. Somewhere after all of that, the line of his life disappears from the map. The cave may have been real, exaggerated, misremembered, or irrelevant, but the desert stays exactly real enough to keep him. And somewhere between Las Vegas, whether the M cave was real or only a story, there is still a patch of desert that knows the final answer and has never given it up. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another episode. I hope you enjoyed. Stay safe.